Hello and welcome. I'm Marquette and this is Mind Body Dallas. I want to talk to you today about the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a clear fluid or the lymph, I should say. The lymphatic fluid is a fluid that goes through your body. It's a clear liquid that's kind of like a water-like substance. So the lymphatic system is what we call the river of life. And you want a river flowing. It's always flowing, healthy flowing river. Clear. Now, imagine a river whenever it gets stuck. Say there's some trees or something impeding the flow, some branches that broke. It gets all bubbly and green and icky and sticky. That's your lymphatic system. You want it flowing. And when there's some type of injury or dis-ease, that of course is mental, mind, body, as you are in dis-ease, your inner state is dis-ease, then you will manifest what? A physical disease, okay? Because you have stagnation in your body someplace. You have over 600 lymph nodes throughout your body. 80% of your immune system is right here in your gut. And you have lymph nodes all throughout the body, especially at the joints. So here, here, here. I have a really great, you have them under your jaw, down into your terminus. Anyway, I have a really great video on my Instagram explaining a little bit more too, and how to dry brush, skin brushing, but you can also do it with your hands too. It's very delicate. The lymphatic fluid is right under the skin, and it goes in these little lymphatic vessels along with the blood vessels, but it's not in with the blood. It's sort of, they help each other flow. Well, the blood flow, because it's been pumped by the heart, is helping the lymph flow. Just think about it. Nothing really pumps the lymphatic fluid, the lymph. It is more, the vessels work on suction, sucking it up. Okay, that's why sometimes your feet get really swollen if you have stagnation in your hips or you've been sitting too long, because there's an impedance, how do you say that? Something is impeding your flow because you have an injury here, or you've been sitting too long behind your desk or at dinner, whatever, drinking alcohol or eating pizza, and you get swollen. That's why, because your river did not have big flow. That's why you want to be walking. I want you walking 3 to 4 miles every single day. Start there. Eventually, I want you walking 4 to 6 miles every day. We are designed to walk 10 miles a day. But if I were to tell you walk 10 miles a day, a lot of you would turn me off. So fine. But our lymphatic system, just think about it. Back in the day, in Jesus's day, they were walking from town to town. They'd walk for an hour and a half or 2 or 3 hours, walk to this town, visit with this person, walk to another town, walk here, walk there. We're good. We need to walk. It is for our lymphatic system. We need to sweat. That's how we detox. The lymphatic system is a detox system. It's also a delivery system. So first it's detox and delivery. Let me first talk about detox. We come into contact with over 200 bacteria and viruses every day. But our lymphatic system easily recognizes this and that and the other thing as a threat, a virus or a bacteria, a germ, and it just disposes of it, no biggie. Puts it in the lymph nodes and it's eaten or taken away, the T cells, the immune cells, blah, blah, blah. Gone. Okay, fine, no big deal. That's why the people that walk a lot, sweat a lot, they're always happy, they're always healthy, they always are in flow with their life, they're always getting plenty of sunshine, they're always healthy, always. Because the lymphatic system is healthy and flowing and clear and like water. And let me also say, it detoxes metabolic waste too. Because even those of you who exercise every day and you're super healthy, you get metabolic waste because when you work out, the cells are breaking down. There's cellular turnover, right? And also metabolic waste, like you went to the gym and worked out really hard, you get that excess post-oxygen consumption, EPOC. You're getting that afterburn. And just what happens whenever you slam on the gas and you're burning rubber in the car, right? You're releasing fuel and what is that called? Like fumes. That's what your cells are doing too. They're releasing fumes or like lactic acid and all these other things that your body needs to process. So the lymphatic system does that, detoxes all of those things through waste. So sweat and Also pooping and peeing, excreting those things. I'm real shy about that stuff, but on this, for this purpose, we have to talk about that stuff. I want your pee clear. You need to be peeing every hour and it should be clear. Don't overthink this. If it's not clear, drink a glass of water. And if you haven't peed this hour, drink a glass of water. That's all. That's all I ask of you. It's not your weight minus this, blah, blah, blah. No. Walk a lot. Pee every hour. It should be clear. Don't think more than that. Okay. Sweating. When your sweat glands aren't working, so you haven't sweated today, your kidneys have to do something that your sweat glands are supposed to do. So your kidneys have to work overtime to do what your sweat should have been doing. Those sweat glands need to be worked every day. You need to be sweating. Walking, stair climber, squats, yoga, hot yoga, Pilates, twisting, sweating, moving. If you do not have time, which means you have not created time, because you are creating your reality, you don't just have or not have. We are not the haves and the have-nots here. It is not us versus them. She has time, I don't have time. No. You have not made it a priority. You do not do that anymore. You do better because you know better now. You're a manifestor. You're a creator. You've been watching me long enough. There's no excuse anymore for you. If, for some reason, in one day you've overbooked yourself because you have free will and you've chosen to put something else as a higher priority than your health, than your sweating, which is fine, you have free will, then turn your AC off and make it a rolling sauna and sweat on the way home. Do whatever it takes, y'all. Sweat. You've got to sweat. Okay, we talked about detox. What about delivery? Did you know that your lymphatic system is also a delivery system? So yes, it's detoxing bacteria, viruses, metabolic waste, and all those cancer cells that exist in us already. We have thousands of cancer cells. Everybody does. But your lymphatic system easily detoxes those things, gets rid of them. It's delivering, though, also vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and feelings. We carry our issues in our tissues. Read the book, The Body Keeps the Score. Your body keeps everything as a memory. So the lymph and the lymph nodes have a memory, and they remember things, and they store information. This is what helps you grow. And it's our perception of things, whether we perceive something as stressful or an opportunity for growth. We might see it as a challenge rather than like an opportunity, a mountain to climb. Yes, I'm gonna gear up and climb this mountain. Others see it as a daunting task. I have this mountain before me, what am I gonna do? I'm such a victim. That's your choice to perceive it that way. Stress is always a choice. Flow. We wanna be flowing with life. I am in the flow with life. I have perfect flow and circulation throughout my body. My lymphatic system is strong and healthy and flowing. My river of life is so happy and healthy. Okay, those are some good affirmations for you. It's a delivery system. Our lymph and our fascia, the fascia is one big, have you ever cut a chicken open and you have that little, very thin kind of membrane in a chicken or an egg? That membrane goes above our muscles, right below our skin, with in between the skin and the fascia is the lymphatic fluid. So that is important for you to understand, that the fascia carries emotions. Like I said, we carry our issues in our tissues. And so that's why it's good to have deep tissue massage and roll things out, do your trigger point therapy, roll on those little therapy balls. I have my little lacrosse balls and things like that. So that's all on my Instagram. Check those out. How to roll and foam roll, all the things. Yes, you're pushing those metabolic waste into the bloodstream and the lymphatic system to get it out. And also the lymphatic system. So it's a delivery system of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and feelings. So you're able to process those and deliver those feelings wherever they need to go. Like I said, your inner state is everything. Your inner state creates your whole life. So you need to make sure that your inner state is happy, healthy, clean, and that you have good thoughts. As above, so below. I am thinking happy, healthy, vibrant thoughts so that I will have a happy, healthy, vibrant body and reality. When you're happy and healthy in your thought life, then you are happy and healthy in your 3D, hard, solid life. I I've talked about that a lot in the other videos, so I'm not going to go into that too much right now, but I want to paint that picture for you first before I say what I'm about to say, which is your lymphatic system responds to your thoughts and your feelings. That's why I said it's the delivery system. We talked about your parasympathetic system and your sympathetic system, so your nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system. The fight or flight system is very important. If you are walking outside and it's dark and there's someone scary or a dog runs out in front of you, you will fight it or run away, right? This is a very good system. You have to have your fight or flight system. Let's say your fight or flight system is you're driving along, minding your own business, and a car pulls out in front of you. You slam on your brakes. That's fight or flight, right? You acted instantly. Adrenaline flew. Your lymphatic system delivered that adrenaline to the hands and the brakes with your feet to press the brakes, to slam on the brakes. What happened? Your nerves and your lymph and a lot of things delivered, okay? But your delivery system, your hormones go through your lymphatic system. Your body's all connected, okay? You slammed on the brakes, your body instantly went into what we call gel. Your lymph went from that clear fluid that flows like water to a gel. It slowed everything down, y'all. Because if you are in imminent danger, why would you be eating that little cancerous cell or destroying this little cancerous tumor? Why would you be growing your hair or repairing this little hangnail or repairing that tennis elbow you have, or shoulder, tennis elbow? Now I've painted a picture for you and you go, oh yeah, that makes sense. No wonder that whenever I'm in a stressful situation that I've perceived as stressful. You and I could be on the same roller coaster, and I thought it was the ride of a lifetime. So fun. And you thought it was the scariest thing you ever did. We both went on the same event, the same experience, and had a different internal experience, a different internal state, a different perception. That's why as I change, all conditions will change. Because I change the way I look at things. When I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. All of a sudden, this doesn't look like a persecution to me anymore. It doesn't look like I'm the victim of this thing anymore. It looks like an opportunity for growth. Interesting. My favorite answer, interesting. Also, so what, right? So what, she doesn't like me? So what, the boss did this? So what, I didn't get the job? So what, I got it? We don't have to look at things as so stressful, because that puts us in a state of fight or flight. Now, if you're in a state of fight or flight for months and months on end, then yeah, your hair is gonna fall out. And yeah, you're gonna let those cancerous tumors grow. If you're in a state of bitterness and resentment and anger, that will grow tumors. That is the fuel that tumors need. Do not do that. Let it go. Forgive. Let go. Forgive, when you break that down, literally means to let go of. Forgive, like forfeit, forgive, let go of it. Hands are open. We release to receive. You release that old bitter ick so you can receive the life that God has for you. You can receive this present moment. You can receive the best. Let go of the rest. Receive the best with hands wide open, not clenched. You cannot receive anything new like this, y'all. Let go. Let go. Let flow. Let it flow. Get that lymph back into its water-like substance. Tell your body, I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm okay. I'm so healthy. I'm so happy and grateful now that every molecule of my being is vibrating in perfect harmony with God's laws. My body is getting happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser every minute of every day. I am a spirit. I have a soul. I live here in this body. I am vibrant. I am vibrating in perfect harmony. Harmony, what is that word? Harmony. Wow, what a beautiful picture. What a beautiful sound. What a beautiful feeling to be in harmony with everything I like, everything I love. That will take your lymph back into that fluid healthy fluid state, because we don't want it to stay too much in that gel-like substance. So when you get that email, or you get that text from your sister-in-law, or you get that text from your ex-boyfriend, or you get that text or call, and you feel it going into gel, notice it, observe it, step into your compassionate witness, observe, love, give yourself a moment, and then tell yourself, I'm okay. Why? Because what I told you is the lymphatic system delivers what? Hormones, all the hormones, everything. Or what I said about the mindset and the medicine versus the poison. You're in charge of that by your choices and your perceptions of things. I perceive this as a stressful situation, so it is then. That's stress. Stress is a choice. Okay, we talked about the hormones. When I tell my body I am safe, I am okay, that makes oxytocin go up. Your oxytocin is your feel safe, feel good, happy, healthy hormone. The safe hormone, the love hormone. This gives you oxytocin. Marquette, I'm okay. Say your name. I'm okay. Not in a sassy, critical way. Feel it in your knowing place. Know that you are okay, and rub your arms. This gives you that feeling of being in mom's arms when she said, honey, it's gonna be okay. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I had a mom that never made me cry it out. She always held me when I cried. She always nursed me whenever I was hungry. Always, every time. So thank God I'm so healthy. And I encourage you to listen to your motherly instinct. Don't read any of those books that say make your kid try it out, cry it out. If you made your kid cry it out, that's fine. Don't go back and beat yourself up. It's okay. We'll work on his oxytocin other ways and his nurturance. There are lots of ways that we can be resilient. If your mother, God forbid, made you cry it out, or maybe she had an illness and she was unavailable, or she was in her mental illness and she was unavailable, and you have abandonment issues because of that, we can heal that together. You and I can heal that now. But you've got to tell yourself, it's going to be okay. It is okay. It's not just going to be okay. It is okay right now. That will make oxytocin go down. Go up, I'm sorry. When oxytocin is up, cortisol goes down. We can't just say, cortisol, go down. It's like telling a bad dog, or a dog who has bad behavior. No dog is bad, no kid is bad, but there is bad behavior. And you have to then focus on what you want to see, focus on what you like, quit giving attention to what you don't like, right? That's how you get more of what you don't like. Because the dog or the kid gets attention whenever he's being bad. That's the same, y'all, with your life. Give attention to what you like, what you want to see more of. Speak life to all those things. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Same with your lymphatic system. So cortisol goes down when the oxytocin is high. When oxytocin is high and cortisol is low, because like I said, the oxytocin is the kingpin. It's the number one. It's the survival love hormone. It's it, y'all. That is number one, most important. It's up here, kingpin. When oxytocin is high, cortisol can be low, and therefore those sex hormones, the 3 sex hormones, those are in perfect harmony and balance. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. Those can be in perfect balance when cortisol is low and oxytocin is high. How do I get those things to be in perfect order? By your perception, by your choices, by your stress levels, by you choosing to be happy, healthy, grateful. Happy, healthy, grateful. Happy, healthy, grateful. I'm so happy and healthy and grateful now that every molecule of my being is vibrating in perfect harmony with God's laws. I am healthy. You don't seek health. You don't seek wealth. You express it. What would a healthy version of me be doing? The healthy version of you exists. It's out there in the quantum field. Just collapse all time and space into that one. By doing what the healthy version of you would do. She would walk enough. She would sleep enough. She would drink plenty of water. She would pee every hour. She would do those things. And she would sacrifice anything that was in the way of those goals. Like working too much. She would sacrifice that shit. She would sacrifice that dirty, foul language. Sorry about that. She would sacrifice watching too much TV because it impedes her flow. She'd go for a walk instead. She'd sacrifice the old self. She'd sacrifice the complaining self. She'd sacrifice the scarcity and the lack and any limiting beliefs that she was either taught or that were programmed in her by either society or bloodline. You know what I mean? Like your DNA. Maybe you came into this world with some scarcity stuff, some fear from pregnancy, or maybe your mom or grandma or aunt that you didn't even know. Someone had some fear gunk. Y'all, genes are to be turned on and turned off. Go read that book, Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Caroline Leaf. Your genes are just your handgun. Lifestyle is your trigger. You don't have to pull that trigger. You have lots of genes and you get to choose by your mind. Remember, switch on your brain. Who switches on your brain? Your mind, your soul, your spirit. There's so much more to you up here, the unseen that's controlling the seen. The mind controls the brain. The brain switches genes on and switches genes off. And you get to choose by your free will which genes you switch on and which you switch off. And those are expressed and delivered and all of that stuff detoxed and broken down through your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is everything, y'all. Okay, this is already over 20 minutes. I gotta go. See you in the next video.